In this video we're going to talk about He Just Doesn't Quit trophy and Got to the Bottom of It trophy. So this is the battle against Amon, who is always the final sub-story of any Yakuza game. So if you played the other ones you'll probably know what you're in for. And he cheats, basically. That's the simplest way I can put it. He just cheats, he does random stuff, and he gets worse as the fight goes on, pretty much. So usually how it goes. So there's a little technique that he does right at the start. I don't know if you saw that on the video there. Right at the start of the fight, he runs at you and he takes your phone off you. Now if he takes your phone off you, it means you can't heal, I think, is it? Is it heal? You can't do certain things. Well, you can't access your phone, so yeah, you can't heal. So make sure you have your heals on your shortcuts. Make sure you got, the large medikits or whatever, if you can. He's got a few phases, this Amon, and it's kind of crazy. So when he goes into a certain mode, he kind of lights up in a certain colour. So if he lights up in blue, it means you're only going to do good damage to him. This is later on in the fight, sorry. At this point in the fight, he's just like smashing you, like going for you. But yeah, you need to take him down as quickly as possible when he's in these dual sword modes. Now he's switching to fire stance mode, but if you're in the blue stance when he's in that stance, you're going to take a lot more damage. Your thingy does increase rapidly though, if you're blocking, I think. As long as you got all the skills and stuff. To unlock Amon, I should mention as well, that you need to do 49 sub-stories. And then you also need to befriend all 50 friends as well for this. And then you can go and meet him for the final sub-story. This heat action is really useful. Does a lot of damage if you can nail him with one of them. Obviously if he switches modes, like he has done, he gets a little shield towards the end. So the only way to really break that shield, I think, is it to do heat actions? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done this fight and there's a lot going on to it. So let's see if that broke his shield. It didn't break his shield. There is a way to break his shield. I think you just keep hammering on him in heat mode. But obviously you keep switching stances. And you see how I'm switching stances to match him? That's because if he hits you with a move and you're in the opposite stance, it's going to cause a lot of damage. And basically for this fight you just need to be in heat mode at all times if you can, and just keep smashing away. But the thing is, to actually do damage to him you need to be in the opposite one. So the ideal theory from me was to hit him with sort of a big hit as he's changing stance, and then you need to like immediately switch to the stance that he's in so you don't die, basically. So like right now, well, you could have got a few hits off in red stance there as he was changing to blue, and that would have done a lot more damage. So this fight just drags on for ages because I wasn't really understanding the mechanics at the time, and I was just going to keep using finishers and stuff like that. Because I think I tried it and then I died because he just like one-bombed me with his crazy rockets or whatever they are. So yeah, if you're in that blue stance, it's not as bad, like damage-wise, as you can see. But once you go into red stance, and he's in red stance, your thing charges really rapidly. As you can see there, if he'd hit us then, he would have done loads of damage. But you just want to keep going into heat mode, and consistently just over and over again do this. This is like the rubbish grindy way to do it. The easiest way to do it would be to not have your phone stolen at the start, and then just use like items and stuff and go for it. Obviously you can use extracts, you can use whatever you want, but because you're limited, if he does take your phone, you need to make sure you've got like large medikits, and whatever you can use. But yeah, as you can see, I keep switching to his colour, and it's not like taking hardly any damage off him. So the fight just goes on for ages and ages and ages. You do little bits of damage, but it's nothing considerable. So Basically, you want to make sure that you're doing the opposite when he switches, but don't do it for too long because he will kill you pretty quickly if you do that, if he hits you. So once he's switching, you're gonna just hopefully, like, you'd stick in blue mode, attack him a few times, but then if he hits you, you're goosed. So you got to be real careful with it. There's probably like a really good way to do this. As you can see, once you're getting hit by those things, your heat action gauge is increasing exponentially. So I keep using like the same finishes and stuff, which is not a good idea because it doesn't do any damage. And now you can see that I've switched stances because I've realised, and I've gone for it. And then I've switched back in mid hit to the red stance. So basically what I'm trying to do is knock him down, switch to the other stance, hit him a few times, get his health down a little bit, and then switch to the other, like, mid flow. And that way you won't get damaged. Ooh, got a good finisher off there as well. Didn't see that one coming. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's the best sort of tips I can give you for this. So knock him down. This is always a really good finisher. And then, like, charge him down with the blue if you can. But be very careful, because if he starts hitting you and you're in this other mode like I am now, it's very difficult to get out of it. And obviously we're on easy or whatever, so it's not like super difficult, but it's still quite hard. So as long as you understand that little concept where if you switch to the different mode, then you'll be fine. Like, shouldn't have any issues. Obviously heat mode's always charging when he's firing at you, so that's really useful. But yeah, that's kind of everything I can really give for this. Obviously the sub stories and that, I'm gonna have videos on every single separate sub story. And then what's the other one? Like the friends as well. I'd recommend using Sirix's guide for the friends because it just gives you a paragraph. But I have made a video on that on every single separate one. It's just one big long video, but it includes all 50. But yeah, as you can see, like, I'm being cautious because I know that if he hits me with loads of stuff, it's going to cause unparalleled damage to me. But, you know, slow and steady wins the race in this case. But yeah, I don't know how to get rid of his barrier. There's probably like a decent way to get rid of his barrier, but there might not be. I don't know if we actually did break his barrier in the end, so is what it is. Probably can't. Maybe extra. Again, if you use like certain extracts here, you'd be doing colossal damage to him. But again, finishes that knock him down. As long as you can get over to him, switch stance, hit him with the opposite stance, and then switch back before you get hit in any sort of damaging way, then you'll be better off. Like, as you can see, we're doing a little bit more damage there. On his last health bar, it just takes an absolute age. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I think it comes down to the wire this fight. It's quite a close one. But yeah, I'm trying to always get that finisher off, but he seems to keep blocking it occasionally, which is annoying. But we'll get him. We'll get him eventually. Only 2 minutes left. 11 minutes to fight this boss. My hands were knackered at the end of this fight. Was there like just tapping. Tap square. Right, charge it over to him. Bam, 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 bam. See, big damage there. A little chunk, well, say big damage, like a tenth of his health bar or whatever, but if you can get that off, keep switching between, make sure you're in heat mode, otherwise it gets incredibly dangerous if you're not. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously your thing charges with every hit on the red, so easy life. Punch him to the ground, switch to the blue, and go in for the kill. That's pretty much the essence of the fight, is just go against whichever colour he is. And, you know, if you can get a heat action off in that mode, fantastic. If not, just keep playing the long game. And there you go, that's a good hit there, even though we've done this attack a lot of times. Is that gonna... No, it doesn't. Never mind. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. So thank you very much for watching. If you got any questions, please let me know in the comments. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I know it's not the most ideal showcasing, but hopefully it does help you if you are struggling just with getting the concepts in your head about how to do it. Yeah, take care, peace out, thanks for watching.